Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is going to be Curse to Golf. We're going to play a game that I just found out about last week, and I'm in the process of trying to come up with a new game that I want to make while we port Legend Bowl to the consoles. And so I've been doing some research, doing some homework, and I've always wanted to make a golf game. And I picked this up. It's the demo that it's not out yet. It comes out in summer of this year, I believe. And I believe the guy's name is Liam Edwards. Thunderful is the publisher, and they're making some noise. I heard about it on SGO, and basically it's a golf roguelike where you play as a golfer who gets struck by lightning and he's in purgatory and he's trying to get out. And it's a pretty cool concept. But what I like about it is I kind of like this part. This is the very beginning of the game where you're on tour and you're trying to like get through like the beginning scenes. It's a little wordy. I played this part already, but I wanted to show you guys again. It's a little bit wordy here. They do talk a lot, which I don't love. I turned the music off, which is why it's dead silent right now. But I wanted to kind of play a little bit with you guys and kind of like talk through some ideas I have, and then also get your feedback for things that you may want to see. Just kind of share with you guys what I'm thinking about. This is very early stages. I don't have any code written, nothing done. So it's way, way early, just brainstorming some ideas. And I know golf is something that I've always wanted to do. I don't think it will be that hard from a programming standpoint to do the actual game. It's a lot of art and content, but not a lot of mechanics. Although mechanics are important to me, but it's not like football. You're not dealing with 11 on 11 and players interacting in chaos. Um, so anyway, so let's play a little bit of this and see how we do. Like I said, they have a lot of text, which I'm not a huge fan of this. I turned off the music because that's not too great. I think it can improve. But I do like this part of the game the most. And we'll walk through it a little bit as I mentioned, and we'll kind of just talk about some ideas. Now, I'm a very simulated minded guy. I always think simulation. And when I say simulation, I mean I like playing the real leagues. I like to play the PGA Tour. I like to play NFL. I like to play the real sport. And what I like about this is I like the 2D concept. I love how it has the banner on the top left where it says C Sports. I think that's pretty cool. And this part is annoying as hell to me. I can't stand that guy's voice. I know they're trying to do it like Animal Crossing, but I could care less for the way that sounds. But you know, it's demo. It's the demo. It's early. The game's not even out yet, so I'm not trying to be critical on the game. I know it's an indie developer too. Um, but the sound effects and music need some work for sure. And I think that, like I said, they talk. It's just too much dialogue. Way too much dialogue. So they're going through the tutorial here. This is like the beginning when you first started up. You know, if you want to play the demo, then I would turn this off and I would go play it yourself because you're probably going to get some spoilers here. I don't know. But really what you're doing here is just starting off with your tournament. So I just like the concept of it because I think I could just imagine a league or like a tour where you pick a guy. I mean, it's just like, I mean, to me, it's games that I love. I like to make games that I would play. I don't want to make a 5 year project again. I don't even want to make a 2 year project. I want to make something that's within a year max. 6 months would be great. And I think if I made a game like this, where you had a tour and maybe you unlock some clubs, unlock some gear, got sponsored. You know, a lot of that stuff is going to take time, but it's not football. So I don't know how long it would take to do it all. I know games take a long time, but I just love this part of the game. I love seeing the leaderboard in the bottom with the ticker. I like like I said, the C Sports banner on top. It's like ESPN, but I just like the fictional universe better than the real life, to be honest with you. And the art style's not bad. I mean, I don't know if I like this better or worse than like 16-bit. This is more like 32-bit Neo Geo time frame. Um, Maybe a little bit less than Neo Geo, more like Super Nintendo. But I like it. I like that 32-bit style. Um, but this game's already out. The thing though is that this game is not this. This game is totally different. You go into almost like a platformer type of game, but this part I thought might have some interest with different mechanics, of course, and something where you can play um you can play around just going through this type of left to right view. The problem with the left to right, the 2D perspective that we're in right now, the problem with it, the limitations that you have is you don't have like your aim doesn't, you can't aim left or right. So that's kind of a problem. So I know people are going to say, well, why don't you do overhead? Why don't you do top down view? But there are so many games that did top down view, or even in the early days where you had the sprite like right in the middle and you were like hitting towards those mountains and you would just swing and you would see a ball go off and then it would switch to a different screen. I mean, that's how they used to do it a lot back in the day also. And then they would show you the top in the top down view as the ball sailed through the fairway in like those older games. But nothing like this where it's like left to right. And I was looking online and there's another game called Wasteland Golf Club, which I bought last night, and there's a bug I can't get past like the first part, but that is really a smaller version of the side, the side view. But I'm wondering like can you do this side view and lose the aiming part of it? Cuz all you can do now is you can like let's just see. So here all you can do right now is you can just hit the shot. So I'm going to do a driver, and then you can only like the way they do it here, they don't even let you aim. It's more like a bar that goes up and down, like we just had a minute ago. It just moves up and down, and you got to pick whatever angle you want, trajectory or whatever, and and that's all you can do right there. But in this game, they also have. Let me get past this. So this is just their intro. And I wouldn't have a golf cart probably because you shouldn't be riding a golf cart on tour. You're walking. So here's where like the clouds start coming in. The guy's about to get struck by lightning soon. So I'm not going to get too crazy here, but you have bunkers as you can see there, which is a cool idea. You have rough on the right, but it would be cool to just like click buttons and like be able to see like towards the right. So like in this game, I know you can zoom out as you progress in the game, you can actually zoom out. You can't do it here still, but you can basically like zoom out the camera and you can pan around the entire level. And I think it would be cool to have something like this, but with an actual long hole. The only problem is, and I love that scoreboard they have there with the like that mock-up they have where it shows the score, the leaderboard, it shows the green or whatever, the course. And I like this part of it. I just don't know if you can get enough of a game out of just this without it being too basic. I wouldn't be wanting to do a platformer like they're doing. Obviously, their game is very popular right now, and I know it's because they have a creative idea where it's a roguelike mixed with a golf game, and that's kind of their elevator pitch strategy here with this game idea. I personally don't really care for that too much, but that's one of the things that I struggle with. I like to make games that I would play, and I wouldn't play the other game that much. I don't think I'm going to play it a little bit here, but I really want to focus on this part because I'm trying to think, can this work by itself? Like, can you do a game like this where you're trying to avoid the bunkers, you're trying to avoid the rough, and is that enough? And maybe water, lakes and water and things like that. Is that enough for you to be able to enjoy the game and feel good about the game? Is it going to bring enough people in? Is there enough fun? Because I've also been doing a lot of research, and fun is everything. Like, you want a game to be fun as much of the 100% as possible. So the more fun you have across the entire game from start to finish, I think the better chance you have of a game taking off and doing very well commercially, and people actually wanting to play it. People are going to want to, they're going to be thinking about the game. They're going to want to go into the game. They're going to want to play the game because it's just fun across the board. So what does that, what does that mean? How does that happen with a game like this where, can it happen? Can you do it? And I'm just thinking, like, if I could do something like this, where would the fun and the challenge be? Where would the depth be? Where would the skill tree be? How would you maybe unlock things? Like, what kind of depth and uh like life does this game bring? And is there a challenge or a mechanic that can kind of make up for the fact that you're not going overhead view? So if you're going side view, like this is, what can you do in here to kind of make up for, for not having that aim? So we're going to hit another shot. I don't love the way they do this. I would do this differently, but it would be somewhat similar. The other game, Wasteland Golf Club, they do it a little different. You actually aim that one. It's all about like a slingshot where you aim the arrow, and the more you pull back, the further you get. And this one's a little bit different. I don't love the way they do it. It seems a little bit too easy, at least on this level, you know? And like there, I have water and I'm really close to the edge. So I'm going to have to pull out a wedge. But I just love the art style. The art style is really, really nice. And I'm going to have to, like in this shot, I'm going to have to pull my wedge out. All you have is one driver. You have one iron and you have a wedge. And I think they moved me back, because I swear I was a little bit further, closer to that thing. So I think they moved me back on purpose. But I don't think they do that in the actual level. I think you have to just lose a shot basically, because you're going to shoot it backwards. So I'm going to pull the wedge out here, and they don't even let me do it. So I got to just, normally you can change your clubs, but I guess it's too early on. So let's do full power. And let's try to just get over this here, which we did, and get through it. Now, I don't know why their hole is so big. Like, why is the flag in the hole so large? I don't get that part. And that's another thing you got to think about, which is how the other game works, the Wasteland Golf Club. You have to like putt the ball, but you don't really have to work. You're not really on a green, so you're just worried about distance. You're not worried about aim, which is basically this entire thing. I mean, up to now on this hole we've been playing, you have to worry about the angle. So you're worrying about like the trajectory of your shot, but you don't have anything that you're dealing with when it comes to aim, like left or right. And that's the part that's going to be a little tricky. If you look at this, when you get on the green, it's the same thing. You're not worrying about, left or right. You could put some hills and, get your speed right, but you're limited when it comes to that part. So that's a little bit tricky when I think about how that's going to work. And like I said, I'm just trying to think about it now as a developer, like how could we do this and how can we make it work? Because I do like the way this looks. I like the look of it. I like the fact that it's pixel art. I like the 2D side of it, and I like that because it's not your traditional golf game. Golf games weren't made 2D like this, probably because of all the things I just went through, right? So we're gonna go ahead and just keep playing this and see if we can get it in the hole here. And this is where I think he gets struck. So he gets struck by lightning, and now he's basically dead. He's about to win the tournament, and now he's dead, and he's got a whole different look, and he's heading towards the underground. So the idea is, I think the idea in this game is you're going to play through a bunch of holes. Every level is a hole, so I think you have 18 holes. I could be wrong. So, but it's cool because it's different. It's a platformer, but you're using a golf ball, and they have cards that you can unlock that give you different types of like power ups, and you could do things. And this is a creative way to basically merge two different genres together. And this is where it gets a little wordy. This guy talks for like an hour. So I'm going to try to just click through all this. And I guess this is the guy that is running the whole show down here. He's kind of like your little NPC that you talk to. I'm just going to keep skipping. But even like this pro shop looks pretty cool. Like I could picture walking in there and getting some clothes and, getting some gear. But the more I talk, the more I think, okay, the game's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I don't really want a huge game as my next game. I want to be able to make something that I can finish within a year max, and really finish. Not say I'm going to finish. I'm talking like small scope. And I think that a game like this might work, but I'm not sure. We're still tinkering around. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys have any ideas, I know you guys follow me for football. My entire channel's football. So I'm not sure how many golfers are in here, people who like golf or people who would play a golf game. I mean, there are plenty of people who play golf games who don't even like, golf in real life. So let's see. See, this is just too much talking. Like I'm sitting here trying to click through it and it's taking forever. That's the part I don't like about this. I don't want to read the whole time. I want to get to the action. And I know they're trying to tell a story here, but I want to play golf, and that's where I think I could do something different. And just to be clear, like this game wasn't the reason why I'm thinking about golf. Like I've been thinking about a golf game for a long time. I just didn't really know what I could do within a small scope. And when I see this type of game, I think, okay, like look at this here. Like you can even see here, like, okay, there's water. You can hit it in the water. So there is some strategy here. It's not just an easy basic game. Now, if I still can't move left and right. I can't do anything yet. So all I can do is just pick the power and the angle. But see on here that goes through different levels, and that's kind of, I wouldn't do that. I would do a straight line through, maybe make some mountains, hills, cliffs, things like that. But that would be it. It wouldn't be like a actual 2D platform level thing. I also kind of like the CRT filter they had earlier, and you could do that. I mean, I could have done that in Legend Bowl, but it wasn't really working perfectly, so I took it out. But I know I could do that in another game. Basically a plug-in, but you also have to have things set up the right way. And my camera was a little bit too crazy. So they're just trying to teach you everything here. So we're just walking through the tutorial, but I think it's a bit much. So now you can like nudge the camera and look over, and eventually you can look through across the entire board. So this is a kind of a cool concept, but as you can see, this guy's trying to I'm trying to hit this statue here, because if you hit it, you get more shots. See, I got 4 shots more there. Let's just skip all this stuff here. I want to get to the good stuff. So here's the thing, the bird's eye camera. So you can basically go around the entire board, and and it's good for this because they let you see. I mean, it'd be good for what I'm thinking too, because it would let you see the entire level or hole in one shot. I think the biggest challenge right now that I'm thinking about when it comes to design would be the putting. It might have to still be a real over the top, view putting green in order for it to be challenging, because putting is one of the most important things in golf. So now this is more where you can look at the whole entire board. This is their bird's eye view, which, you know, it's fine. They only let you. It's kind of cool how they have that indicator there that comes up. That's a real time indicator. It's kind of cool. It's probably just a different camera, but anyway. So okay, look at the fan. Okay, here's the fan. So I think it could work. I think it could work, but I'm also trying to like think about it because, like I said, most games don't do it sideway like this. Most golf games. Yeah, so you have a driver, iron, and a wedge. I don't even think you putt in this game. I think it's just like a chip, and it's probably for that reason. They don't want to make you. So now the fan's gonna catch it. So it's got some mechanics like this that make it interesting. It's a neat idea. Definitely a neat idea. I give him that. But I really would love to see this. Like even the tutorial's kind of annoying. And it's not because I played it. When I was playing it the first time, I was like, this is a little bit like over the top. But I guess they're trying to show you how the game works, so I'll give them a pass. I just like when I play games, I don't love to sit here and read. I'm not a big fan of like storytelling. I like to get into the action and play. And so my idea would be something where it's like, okay, you're playing, like I mentioned, you're playing holes and you're trying to get better, but there has to be some kind of skill tree. There has to be things like in this one you can unlock, practice shots, explode. So like detonate TNT within a bonus range. Okay. Now I can do a practice shot if I want. I don't know how this really works. I wonder if they let you keep this shot. They should. I guess not. So let's do it again. Uh-oh, is that too high? Oh, that's good. That's actually better, maybe. So it's a different take, it's a different take on golf. But I just would like to see if this is something that I would want to do. I don't know if this is too. Yeah, this might not be short enough. Let's try the wedge. No, even the wedge isn't good. Let's go to the driver. The driver's going to go low. Wow, even the driver's not the best. So I wonder if we could do an iron, do short power. Okay, that should be good. Uh-oh. Water. Okay. It's bouncing off the wall. Sit. Sit. Okay. So I'm just wondering how, like I said, how that would be. Would it be good enough? Would it give enough life and fun to the game? Okay, it's trying to tell me that I have to get around the water here, so I need to hit it between the water. And I can do that with an iron probably. Or they're making me take the driver out. Oh, what's this? Time stop? Stop time mid-flight. Okay. Oh, I see. So you can drop it from... That's kind of cool. That's a cool upgrade. I mean, you could tell they put a lot of time into like thinking about the cards and the design. I don't know what just happened there. Did I just get... Am I doing this again? Okay. Let's put all our skills together. So we have the zoom. All right, let's hit a driver here. Nice, nice. So now we got to hit the statue to try to get some points. So I mean, I can dig the concept. You know, it's like I said, it's fresh. It's something new, creative. People who don't play golf probably would play this. Oh, get down, get down. No, 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 no. Oh, I don't know. You could speed things up. That's kind of cool. Practice shot. I don't need a practice shot. Okay. So I guess you have to, the goal is to get it in the hole before you run out of shots. So let's just try to. The artwork really sells this game. All right, we got to get through there with like an iron. Hopefully I get some bounce. There we go. And it just kicks out to the left a little bit. So I guess we're trying to put together all of our skills. Let's see if, do we have any of those cards? The TNT card. Yeah, we do. Let's use that. Blow this up. And then let's try to do an iron. There we go. Whoops. Yeah, it's too much. So you can reset. So you can try to do this as many times as you want. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or... I mean, that's a good thing for the player, but I don't know if they should be allowed to do that. Maybe they take that away later on if once you start to advance. But let's see what we got here. Let's use that card where we can stop time. Let's bring out the driver. Okay, good. So it stops it too. It doesn't just drop it, it stops it as well. Final shot. +2 shots. Let's get that. We're going to need that. So it's kind of like a card game too, which, you know, it's got some, like I said, it's got some roguelike, which I'm not a huge like player with that genre. I don't really play those games that much. So I don't really have like an expert opinion about how good this is for that. This is a teleporter, so you know it takes you to a different teleport station. So it's all about trying to get around the board and trying to beat the board within the number of strokes you have. And like I said, this is definitely not what I'm envisioning. I'm thinking about something that's along the lines of the beginning, the first part, but it has to make sense. You know, it would have to make sense being a 2D game. Let's get 2 more shots. I guess I let you get as many shots as you want, so that's good for the tutorial. Let's see if we can knock this in. This should be enough. There you go. All right. Finally. So a lot of a game like this for me, it would take like I see a lot of art here. There's more art here than really and level design more than anything else. The programming's not that hard. You just need to get a ball to bounce around, which I could do that fast. You might want to fine tune it, but that wouldn't take me more than a few hours, maybe a day of like perfectly fine tuning the ball. And then the board, the level design is where you have to put in like that, you know, the ball, if it hits the wall or it hits the bunker or it hits the water, they all perform differently and you get different outcomes. Okay. So I guess we're going this way. And I think where you start here is you basically will start with a I don't know. It says round 1, so I don't know if there's going to be 18 holes and that's it, or you can see on the right. There's basically a map, just like you would have in a roguelike. So you're trying to get through every single station, and this is kind of like the first hole. But I could picture this being, like I said, like a regular hole, a championship like game, like a real life game. Get rid of all the Halloween stuff, and put in real like this here. I could totally picture that being a real fairway you have to hit. And there could be obstacles. It could be, hills and obviously water, bunkers. And obviously I would do a different mechanic than this. Keep it in the fairway. Maybe you get some points for landing in the fairway, or you just get, fairway and regulation like you do in real life. Maybe you have like turtles that are walking around that can eat your ball, or like birds. Like, I mean, there's things you can do to add more challenge, and it doesn't have to be super realistic. It could be like the Simcade type of style where you can do things that are creative that aren't in the real world, but you don't have to get this crazy. This is too far out for me to want to build, and it's already being built, so I wouldn't want to do the same game. Oh, I just missed it. Which is interesting because you'd be in the bunker. And the thing is, when you're in the bunker, you can only hit your wedge. When you're in the rough, you can't hit your driver. You can only hit your iron, and you can only hit your wedge. So that I would definitely use. I would take that for sure. So that would be like basically the same thing. And then let's see if we can hit a driver here. Oh, I missed it. That's a bad shot. Oh, go. I'm down to 2 shots. So, I have. It'd be nice to get the TNT one. Add 1 shot to your current. Yeah, give me a shot. And then I am going, and even those cards, I mean, I could still use cards like that. That's not, see, that's crazy. That's not, it's not a bad idea. I just wouldn't want to make a game like obviously the same as this for sure. But I wouldn't really be interested in a game like this personally. I would want something more realistic. But I like the 2D style. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see if I can just roll this up there. Okay, that's fine. I wish I would have got it a little bit further, but it's okay. Okay, they're giving me shots. I don't know why they're giving me free shots, but I guess I'll take them. Let me see if I can use the, there was one that was a, maybe I'll take a mulligan. Because I want to get closer to the, to that wall there. That's better. Because from here, we got to get over the rough, and then we need to get over the, let's see, the rough and the bunker. So we got to do that. That's not going to be easy. That should work. All right. Hit the fan. Hit the fan. There we go. So this is kind of like a mix between real golf and like mini golf. So, you know, I don't know what just happened there. Did the game break? Uh-oh. Yep, the game just broke. So it's a demo. They're still making it. And one thing I want to show you while we're here, because there's another game that I wanted to show you, which is the Golf to Wasteland game. Now, I can't really play it. Let me see. Because they have another bug. I mean, to talk about two games with bugs, this game's actually released. And for some reason, they have a bug that won't allow you to play. Like, it won't allow you to select, like, the modes. Like, you go through the first part of it, and then you hit like the screen where you get to pick whether you're going to do story mode or challenge mode, and you need to pick one, and then the game doesn't work. And there's a known issue, so they have to fix that. And I don't know how they have. I guess they were alerted of that like 4 days ago. I don't know what they're waiting for, but it's a pretty big deal. Okay, come on. So this is the same concept. I'm gonna start a new game only because yes.
It's coming from a guy who was 5 foot and nothing.
But this is a different mechanic though. The mechanic's different, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
I traveled a lot, meeting clients all over the world.
Okay, so it lets you pick it there, which is interesting, but you can see
Singapore, everywhere. Looking back, I can't claim that I ever would recommend.
okay, you can zoom out and in, and you can move around left and right. I like that mechanic. So I could see that being part of the game, where you zoom in and out, and you get to see everything.
There was this one girl.
And then you're trying to basically hit the hole. And this guy's like on a wasteland here, so he's trying to play golf in a different environment. And what you do is you pull back, and the more you pull back your stick, the further it goes. And obviously you can hit it up all the way around 180 degrees. So let's try to hit a shot fully here and see what happens.
And sure enough, we were right.
Whack.
First, you couldn't drink the water.
So this game is a very casual game. The music is like a radio station, which is pretty cool. The sound in this game is one of the best things about it from what I've read.
So I decided to do something about it.
That's a great shot, believe it or not, because the green and making the ball in the hole is all about, it's all about the hole of the ball speed. So it's all you can really do is, and then here you chip it. You don't even putt it. So like this is hard because you got to go down the hill, and that's where I think the challenge would be. Let's see if I can do this.
Now we're all that keeps this little planet.
Not enough. This is where I think the challenge would be when it came to making the game I'm thinking about. You have to come up with some pretty cool courses.
My pure little Emma has a future.
Because
When somebody sits down and writes this all,
you have to figure out like how
it might just be men like me.
are you going to make the game like interesting, and a lot of it has to do with designing the holes, you know.
Men like
Come
me
back down.
further than we
Thank you.
possible.
Let's go. And then you want to have some kind of a grind. I mean, from what I saw, this game was $10. And what I liked about it was the soundtrack and the fact that it's just a cool little like just a very casual golf game. All right, that you can play without a lot of thinking. It's just very just chill if you want to take a break and you want to just relax. It's kind of nice. But see, these games are doing it differently. And which is probably why they're doing it this way, because they want something that's different, right? But for me, oh, I would want it to be like a real golf sim. But maybe that's my problem. I like that too much. See, putt, you don't putt, you chip. But this game is more. Let me turn down the music here. Can I even do that? All right, I'll turn the music off. This is more along the lines of what I was thinking. But just another example of how you can do this. But this is just a different environment. Like I said, this has more obstacles, but left and right obstacles. You're not really doing a lot of going through a like a 2D platform game. But I like this concept. I don't know how well they did with this game, but I definitely think it's a cool idea. And that's where I think I need to figure out what I'm gonna do, because obviously people, man, I'm hitting it way too hard. Obviously, it's funny how he's walking. Obviously, people think that you need to make something different. You can't just make a golf game. So maybe I'm off the mark here. And that's where I think I lose. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make, obviously, but I'm also trying to think about, can I go that way? Probably not. I'm also trying to think about a game that I would like, a game that I would like to make and actually like get through, because making a game is very, very hard, and you want to be interested in it. You want to be like passionate about it. And as you guys know who follow me, this isn't my first video trying to think about what game to make, right? But I want something that's smaller. And this game seems small. It's not that, it's not that advanced. It's just, to me, it's a lot of art and then just designing. But it's still a game that you could sell. And if you sell it for $10, well, you sell it for $10. I mean, it's still a good game, I think. So that's kind of my thought process. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, and that's why right now I'm in this like exploratory exploratory tortoise tortive tori exploratory range here, or time, where I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. That was a bad shot because I wasn't even paying attention, and the ball's gone. What do they do? Make you hit again? Okay. That's not gonna work. Is it gonna work? Oh. But see, in this game, you don't even have any different clubs. You just hit the same club every time, and it's pretty basic. But you can see a lot of it has to do with the environment. The sound is really good. That's kind of cool. Oh. There you go. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I wanted to share these couple of games with you. I wanted to kind of share what I'm thinking. I like to stream stuff or do videos with you guys to kind of keep you guys in the loop. Legend Bolt is coming out on the Epic Store. So if you want to pick up the game and you haven't, It's probably going to be discounted. I'm not sure if the discount's going to kick in the first day. It might take a day or two, but keep out an eye out for that. It's DRM free, so you don't even need Steam for that. I think you may have to play it through the Epic Store, but I'm not sure how that works. Um, but check it out, and if you guys want to support the studio, you can pick up a copy there if you've already picked one up on on Steam, and you want to just support us. Feel free to jump out there and pick up a copy for your friend or whoever. And I'll be back with another video soon. So check it out. I'll be around, and I want to come up with an idea. I have to come up with something I can work on because right now we're porting, as I mentioned, and I need to think about a game idea, and golf might be it. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.